Staying fit and mentally healthy during these challenging times for the world is very difficult. That's why our family try to embark on what we've come to know as small adventures. So in this video, me and my 10-year-old daughter Eleanor take a sludgy walk along a trail near our home in North East Derbyshire. And in this video, I share how I tried to make an ordinary 4-mile walk into a proper small adventure and a happy memory for my daughter. Stay with us to enjoy the journey together. Morning, Eleanor.
Good morning.
So what are we doing today?
We're going out on a walk and you're going to cook me breakfast.
We call it a small adventure, don't we? So, but these small adventures need a lot of work, don't they? Because look at all the stuff that we need to take, and we're only having a very modest breakfast. So, we've got a frying pan, 2 cups for a cup of tea. Because of the type of breakfast we're cooking, we need to be able to cook hot water, or rather boil hot water and cook the food. So we've got the eggs in there and 2 metal bowls. We've got stainless steel litre long water. We've got the gas equipment. We've got the gas bottles. We've got the tin of beans there. This in here is a water thing. We've got some fresh milk in here. And very importantly, particularly given COVID-19, we've got our own special hand sanitizer and some gloves. And now we need to get some boots on because it's pretty sludgy. What do you like about these small adventures?
I like it when we get to eat.
Outside?
Yeah.
Why?
It's fun. I don't know. I just like it.
Okay, we better pack our bag, haven't we now then? Yeah. I think you might need to carry a bag as well.
But Mummy says that I can't take one of my Smiggle bags or any of my new bags.
Why not?
Because they're too nice.
Yeah, but why can't you take one?
She says they'll get muddy.
Has she not heard of wet wipes?
Yeah, she has a lot.
Well, Connie, it's a shame you couldn't come on a small adventure with us as well, isn't it? Not a care in the world on a cat scratch post. Almost shy. So, Eleanor, the time is 11:20 on a Sunday morning. So we've got to walk 4 miles, have breakfast, and get back without being too full, so as to spoil Mummy's Sunday roast. We're very lucky, aren't we, Cos?
Yeah.
Hopefully the wind's not drowning the microphone out, but where we live, literally, we're just, what do you think, maybe 300 metres from a really good trail? So we don't have to drive in the car anywhere and get into trouble, do we, in lockdown? It's literally just down here. And then we'll show you the sludgy path. I'm going to shut it.
Yeah.
Go. This is where it gets fun. Obviously it's been snowing, remnants of the snow, and but here there's like loads of people get on the bikes, and it's the access to the main trail is actually not really very well catered for. People that have been doing work in the gardens have actually put slabs down, as you can see, but it's particularly bad. People probably think I'm bonkers because I've got my shorts on as per usual, but I've got walking boots, waterproof walking boots on. What do you think, El?
Very something.
Well, tell people about what we've been watching on YouTube with the lady in Sweden.
Oh, is it Jana Jinton?
Jana Jinton, and we've decided that North Sweden looks that amazing that we need to go, don't we?
Yeah.
But
Cool.
before we manage that, we've got to manage this. Look at that. Not good.
Nope.
Go on then, Elle. Don't fall over whatever you do. You've got wellies on, so you'll be alright. Just try not to splash. Oh, it gets worse. So what do you like about Jenna Jinton, is it? The Swedish lady and her husband. What do you like about her videos?
I like what she does. I like her jewellery as well.
You like her jewellery?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine she does quite well because she gets a lot of people watching her YouTube videos. Yeah. That is a fact.
2.2 million.
Well, that's just some of them. Yeah, some of them have had 11 million people viewing, but I'm not surprised because the quality of her videos is incredible. I mean, I'm just using a phone here, but she uses a 4K Nikon. Is it a Nikon Z7? And she obviously applies filters to bring the colours out as well. But northern Sweden and the northern lights and the lakes.
It's pretty.
And she uses a drone as well.
Yeah. Did you see the sky?
Yeah.
And all the colours.
And the fact they have no light pollution where she lives. So it means that you can see the stars at night really clearly. We live in a place where there's lots of light pollution which blocks out our ability to see the stars as clearly on a nice evening. So that's another reason to go there, isn't it? Although there are parts of the United Kingdom where on a clear night you can get to see the stars. Places where there are not a lot of villages and houses. I once saw the stars in St David's, Pembrokeshire. Wow, couldn't believe it. I was blown away actually by just looking up and seeing how much difference it is when you're not in a light pollution area, just how spectacular the night sky is on a clear night. This is bad, darling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bad. At least it's going to get better when we get up here. And the remnants of the snow allow you to clean your boots off, don't they?
Okay.
So we're now on the trail, and I think it's called Clown Greenway, which is a really unusual name, but it's an old railway line and it goes for miles and it's really clean underfoot. Come on, Els Bells. Quite a nice morning. Morning. So this slope here that they've put in, it's a man-made slope. So you can see man-made slope, and they put it in so the big lorries could get access to bring the stuff that we're walking on now. Is the whole trail has been lifted by a big distance really, and so this bank in here in the summer months just is full of wildflowers. They've all died off now, obviously, because we're in winter, January, and we pass a lot of bridges just like this one along the route because it's an old railway line. Now we're going to show you a very special place. There's a story behind this, because before the council did all the work and made this into a place that everybody comes, very few people used to walk on here. And I'm just going to push Eleanor up this bank. Come on up you go, darling. And I was walking along here one day, and all this was green foliage so you couldn't see. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I just climbed up. And at the moment, the farmers ploughed the field, but it's my oak tree, which I just love. There's an island around it actually, but if I just try and scan around, I don't think what you're seeing on camera actually does it justice, but it's like a basin of Derbyshire countryside that opens up. You can see all the way around. We wanted a video here before, didn't we? So it's really sludgy at the moment to get across, but you can see there's like a natural island around the tree where the farmer's plough can't get to, and so, you know, on a dry day you can sit there underneath the tree like this, and it's really quiet. There is a trail behind you, but you can just sit listen to the sounds of nature, look at the sky, bring a flash with you, listen to podcasts, even sit and make some phone calls depending on the type of work you're in. But I love this spot, I really do. They're nicer spots. We like it, don't we, Al? Yeah. If it wasn't so sludgy, I wouldn't look, there's sludge on my feet just getting across there to get to here. But carry on our journey. To getting back down this banking, and the knack is holding on to the tree really firmly, and then hold on to the tree, give me a hand, we're back on our way. So you can see this along the stretch of the trail. They're quite steep drops down either side. So years ago, the history of this, you can't see that from the camera angle, but that's actually quite a steep drop. So years and years ago, must have had a hell of a job lifting this piece up to go through this valley to deliver a train line. So all these fences have been lovingly put in. As they were putting them in, we were walking along here actually. You can see, I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's almost a sheer drop. So anybody cycling along here that actually came off and fell down there, it wouldn't be good, which is obviously from a health and safety point of view why they've had to put these in. So do you remember, Eleanor, when you first learned to ride a bike and we came on it?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, we came on here and the fences weren't up, and I was terrified of riding on here.
So what did Daddy do?
Oh, you taught me how to ride it. I couldn't stay on it. I was so used to my other bike that I didn't know how to ride my new one.
But I stayed that close to you, didn't I? Literally.
Yeah.
So, and we just went really steady. Thankfully now they've got these fences up. We haven't got to worry so much, have we? This is where the path splits off. You can carry on going the direction we're going to Poolsbrook, which is another pretty much 4 miles. Back to Clown where we live is 1.25 miles. And then there's a detour down that track there. It takes to Balborough. We're ploughing on. We're ahead, aren't we, dear? Enjoying it?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
So this here is a private woodland. No idea who owns it. There are lots of fallen down trees. You can see that one in the distance. Not bad. A normal smartphone, so great quality for zooming and stuff like that. In the nicer weather, it's around about May, you get loads of wild garlic growing on the edge of that fence. Literally, you could start a wild garlic farm from it. There's that much. But it's a shame that woodland, it doesn't appear to be being kept, you know, forested as they call it, with chopping down dead trees and clearing them away and planting new ones. Bushcrafters would probably help them do that. Tidy it up almost. Getting closer now to the M1 motorway. It's quite a lot of traffic noise as we get further, but I have seen wild deer on here on a few occasions. So as we get closer to the motorway, there is this old junction station for the railway line, and at first I thought they were going to actually knock it down, but they haven't knocked it down. What they've done is actually put stone down. There's all sorts of junk in here, and they've actually painted the walls inside. Whether they're planning on, and I doubt they'll ever put windows in, but I think the idea is that if you're ever walking along here, you can actually take shelter from the rain. I'm pleased to see that somebody's painted over the graffiti that was in here. The flooring's nice and level now, so you could actually, if it was raining, couldn't you, darling? You could take refuge in there, couldn't you, for a little while on your bikes. And then this is the motorway bridge, and we'll walk under it. That's, I don't know if anybody's ever walked under a motorway bridge. I'm sure we've all driven a car under a motorway bridge, haven't we? But not everybody's necessarily walked under one. So again, you get graffiti. Never understood graffiti really. That's something I've never done. I've never understood it. And you probably get kids painting sort of nature murals or something. But as you get under here, it gets really dry underfoot, like now. It's a wind tunnel, but it can actually be quite warm under it, believe it or not. But the amount of time it takes to walk under, imagine how quick it would take you to run across a motorway if you ever had to. Not that you'd ever run across a motorway, that's a silly thing to say, isn't it? But this tree here, literally, has just shed all its fruit. That's an apple tree. Probably crab apples. But it hung on to them for a long, long time. I'm sure somebody that knew what they were doing could have made some cider out of that. What do you think, Al? Well, how far are we in the journey now? So, we left it, I think it's 22. It's 20 past. We've got a little bit further to go to our cooking spot. Be careful how I say that. Well, we're not exactly travelling light. So, we've got the beans cooking in that one. We've got the hot water cooking in that one, stainless steel one. We've got our lifetime mugs here. I'm a big believer in having things that last close to forever, so these stainless steel mugs are absolutely amazing. Thermal walled, not that expensive really, whereas your plastic ones eventually crack. Your metal enamel ones, the enamel eventually comes off. So these mugs here, which that size one's probably about a £5 each, probably last close to forever in reality. So we're having baked beans and scrambled eggs with a cup of tea. But look at all the stuff we've had to bring to do it. We're actually under this bridge at the minute. Really pretty brick bridge. These are all the old railway sleepers that they've stacked under here, I imagine, because there's nowhere else to put them. And Alan has found a little comfy seat. So we brought 4 eggs, scrambled eggs or yogurt, or omelette, however it comes out. And we've got these metal dishes again. The idea again is that plastic eventually cracks. Enamel plates, the enamel comes off, and the idea is these stainless steel ones, which are really not expensive, should last close to forever. What forever is. What are you doing, Elle?
I'm holding the can.
What have we got in there?
Eggs.
Is that going to be omelette?
What you said, scrambled eggs?
Scrambled eggs. If you hold the pan up, we might have half a chance. Well, scrambled eggs is coming along, isn't it, darling? The beans just need a little warm. That'll be done in the next couple of minutes. Hello, Eleanor, what you got there?
I got beans and scrambled eggs.
Ooh. And a hot cup of tea. So, have you enjoyed this small adventure so far?
Yeah.
It's been a lot of hard work, I know that.
Yeah.
Well, Eleanor, have you enjoyed your micro adventure this morning?
Yeah.
What have you enjoyed about it?
I enjoyed eating.
I hate seeing myself on video camera, which is, you'll probably not see me much on video camera because I don't like it, but you'll see this little one on video camera quite a lot. Now, we've walked about 2 miles, we're under a bridge and in shelter, and we've had, what did we have for breakfast?
Scrambled eggs and beans with a cup of tea.
Yeah, and it was very nice, wasn't it? And people walking past us have probably been thinking, what are they doing? Not living under that bridge, are they? No, we're not living under the bridge. We've just had an alfresco breakfast in January, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we haven't driven out in the car anywhere. And now we're going to walk home. What do you think?
Yeah. Next time it will be pancakes.
Next time what?
It'll be pancakes.
Yeah, look at the camera then.
I hate looking at the camera. I like looking at you.
You like looking at me?
Not in that way.
Oh.
Just I'm camera shy.
Yeah, camera shy. So thank you to everybody that's watched our first little small adventure video. We'd love to be able to do the likes of what Joe Robinet does and the nomadic people. There's lots of people that we follow on YouTube. We're a fan of both van life and bushcraft. So Van City Van Life, Chrome in Canada, Vancouver, Joe Robinet in Canada. I'm going to sneeze. That was number 4 coming up. Number 4. I promise you I haven't got COVID. Yeah, so we're a huge fan of kind of lifestyle escapism and stuff like that, but nature of our work means it's difficult, and the kids being at school at this point probably sounds like excuses, but it's difficult for us to actually to do some of the things that we'd really love to do at this point in our life. But this is one of our small adventures, and thank you for taking time to watch. God bless.
Bye. Thank you.
Experienced walkers or bushcrafters amongst you that know anything about boots, I'd be grateful for your advice. These, I don't even know what brand these are, but I've worn them about a dozen times, and you can see kind of all the plastic coating on the outside's coming off, and I think they're about 75 quid. Now my challenge is I'm a size 13, so it's not as easy to get size 13s as it is anything from 6 to 11. So any advice anybody's got on where to get size 13 high quality boots from, I don't mind paying, please respond in the comments. Well there, that brings our first video to an end, and a genuine thank you from me and Elida for taking some of your precious time to watch this first video. In future episodes we'll be exploring more of Derbyshire, and when we're allowed to travel again, some of the other delightful places within the United Kingdom. We love beautiful scenery, cascading countryside, sunrises and sunsets on the beach, and if you like small family adventures, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, and perhaps sharing this with other people that like small adventures. Sending you our love and gratitude.